This afternoon, I'm just going through my tiny book stash. I used to have more, but I've given a lot away. Let's see, let's start with this one. You've seen this one if you've checked out my book tutorials, most likely. It is double needle Coptic stitch. Those are just doodles, and on the covers, I rebound it. It was actually one of the first books I made, and then I rebound it for a tutorial. This one is also double needle Coptic stitch, but instead of the polyester thread, this is just a natural hemp thread. And those are napkins that I glued to bookboard and then sealed with wax. And that's just paper on the inside. I think it's just a paper sack. But I really like that. I will use the wax again on covers. That's a keeper idea. This one is also double needle Coptic, but it's the peekaboo version where the colors alternate and you get a pop of different color on the inside. Those covers, that's just a grocery sack dyed with coffee and metal, and on the inside, some old maps that I dyed, coffee splashed drawing paper. Sometimes I forget the techniques I used, and so going back through these books gives me ideas, and also I'm kind of inspired to work in that one again. It's been a long time since I made a cassette book, but this one is one of my favorites. It is a variation of a French link in Coptic binding. I learned this from Sea Lemon. If you haven't already, check out her channel. She has a lot of amazing book tutorials, and I'll put the link to her channel in the description of this video. This little book is also a variation of the French link. I figured out how to eliminate that kettle stitch turnaround. On the covers, those are magnolia leaves that I saved and then I glued to bookboard and sealed. He's a little challenging to get open, but on the inside, another paper sack dyed with coffee and just little bitty scraps of paper and a few prints, all dyed, and then I burnt the edges. Okay, there's one of the leaves. There are more leaves prints, but anyway, there's a video on my channel going through this book more. You can see the covers. I really like those. And I really like that binding too. This is a pamphlet stitch book, and only difference about this binding is that I tied the back together and added a little bead in the knot. Here's crossed snowshoes. This is just a postcard, just like that other book. And on the inside, just scraps of coffee-dyed maps and just random packing paper. I am really bad about making books and not doing anything in them. I love the process of making books, and it takes me so long to work in some that I kind of forget to use them all, so I give a lot away. This little dude is an experimentation of using coasters, cork coasters, for covers. Note to self, I will not use cork again unless I back them because I dropped them and then I stepped on them and I cracked them. But the binding is Greek binding, and I have a tutorial for that on the channel, and then I have 2 color headbands on him. Here's another double needle Coptic, but this one is different in that the colors are completely separate. I'll do a tutorial on that. I think you'll like it. Just random scraps of colorful paper and sumi-nagashi covers that I waxed. Yeah, I really like that binding because the color's completely separate. It gives you more options as well. Same binding, just itty bitty. This was a labor of love, and that was a lot of tiny circles to cut out, and I did those all by hand. Those are just milk caps from old milk milk bottles when they used to come in bottles. My hands hurt after cutting out all those little circles. And this little guy, I don't think I ever finished him. He is just lots of scraps. Oh, I haven't finished him yet. And I haven't even put them together. Well, that will be a project for another day. A lot of that paper is glassine that I coffee dyed and stained, and then I did some dip pen over the top. Put him to the side. Here is another pamphlet stitch, and I did work in this one and completely finished it. Of course, he's little, right? Has gold leaf in it, and some dip pen and other little doodles. I like him because he's really shiny on the inside. And that's just a brad. That was just an earring package, you know, the little papers that earrings come in. And this little guy right here is also one of the first little books I ever made. It looks like wood on the covers, but it's not. It's just a cut up back of a sketchbook that I drew with charcoal on, and then I splashed with coffee, and then glued two pieces together to thicken up the covers. And that's all he is. And he's just made with little scraps. And I have a bird feather from my parrot on the front. Here's another one that's using that variation of French length stitch minus the kettle stitch. The only difference is I tied these extra little bits of string around the top, make it fluffy. And the covers are those doubled up pieces of sketchbook cover that I've dyed and stained with charcoal and coffee. On the inside, just more scraps of paper. And then added some parrot feathers again. He sheds all the time, so yeah, he won't miss them. Now this book is the smallest book I've ever made, and I can't say I'll make one again. He was really hard, and I used upholstery thread for the binding. Another variation of the French link stitch, you notice, and I really like that one. That was before I figured out how to do the ladder stitch, or the cross ladder stitch. And this little guy is not done. I got to the end of the word smile and realized, oh, I couldn't connect the dot of the apostrophe. I need to finish him. But all he is the scraps for when I made record books. And so this is one of the record books. This is one of my daughter's. And when I made it for her, I saved the little pieces. And it is just double needle Coptic stitch. And made this other little book out of the scraps. This little guy is also made out of scraps left over from record books, and I would keep him in my pocket a few years ago while I walked throughout the art room, and when I had some downtime, I'd doodle in them. And he actually is done, and that is my favorite page. If you'd like to make one of those, there's a tutorial on my channel for this one as well. But that's all the little books I have right now. I'll be making more. I really need to work on some of these and finish that one. If you'd like to check out some of the tutorials on my channel, I have quite a few. And I'm always open for new ideas. If you saw a favorite little book and are interested in a tutorial, shoot me a comment and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.